Hello everyone. Hello students. I hope you have been enjoying the countdown videos that I prepared for you and us. And the last one was today. For the last couple of days I've been thinking about adding one more message to you. And that's about why school is not happening tomorrow, that the countdown was designed to celebrate. And so I woke up the other morning and was thinking, there's one more part of this conversation that I wanted to have with you. And so what I'm going to do is to explain to you what's happening right now and on why school is delayed in opening. So let me explain. I have some things to show you, if you're curious and want to know why school isn't open. I have some things to show and tell and teach about. I have a chart right here with letters that helps you understand how the school functioning is built. I just use beginning letters instead of the whole word to make it perhaps quicker to understand. S is for students. That's you and the over 50,000 other students in Seattle Public Schools. Above students are the teachers and teaching staff. Some are in classrooms like ours, some are in classrooms that look different, like the library or the art room or PE, or teachers who come around and visit different classrooms. Those are all called teaching staff. That group also includes people who are not directly teaching, but people, for example, who work in the office, like Miss Amy and Miss Kathleen. Teachers take care of the students. Above the teachers are the principals, like Mrs. Marshall and Mr. Bisden, along with principals in every single one of the over 100 schools in Seattle Public Schools. Principals take care of the teachers and the students. Above the principals are people who are called directors, education directors. They manage and take care of and supervise multiple schools in a part of the city. The education directors take care of the principals and the teachers and the students. Above the directors is Seattle Public Schools. That's the administration, the people who work what we say downtown in the Soto neighborhood in a really nice building called the John Stanford Center for Educational Excellence. And they manage and take care of the directors and the principals and the teachers and the students. And the facilities, how the schools are run and what kind of lunches happen at school. That's the Seattle Public Schools, the district. So all of these people are involved in the daily functioning of schools. Right now, this group, Seattle Public Schools, and the teaching staff are in disagreement on the start of how this new school year should be managed or run for the next 3 years. And let me talk about that. Every 3 years, the teaching staff in Seattle signs or agrees to what's called a contract. A contract is an agreement of employment. Many people, including many of your parents and people you know who work, have contracts about their jobs. It tells the hours they work, the conditions of their buildings, what services they may have access to, or services they provide. Contract. Just as an aside, we'll be talking about syllables. The word contract has 2 syllables. I never let anything go past without a little bit of extra education and teaching. Contract. Contract. That we'll be counting and listening to syllables. A syllable is a unit of sound in words. The contract, let's put it in our brain 3 times because it's a new word. Contract, contract, contract. Press it so it sticks. Is an agreement between the teachers and the district every 3 years. The teaching staff thinks that there needs to be some changes and some expansions of services the schools provide to students. That's what's in the contract. The contract is an agreement between the district, that's the SPS, Seattle Public Schools, 2 syllables, district, 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 2 syllables, 2 units of sounds, district, district. The district are like the biggest bosses in the Seattle schools. The district and the teachers' union, union, that has 2 syllables, union. The union is a group or an association of teaching staff. The district and the union, the district is above the union, are in disagreement on some of the things that should be in schools. They've been in what's called, a really long word, negotiations. Negotiations. Press it so it sticks. That word, negotiations. Negotiations. That's conversations about give and take. Each side wants to give something to improve the conversation and take something they think will benefit the school. But they're thinking opposite in many of those topics. That conversation of give and take is called bargaining. Bargaining. That has 3 syllables. Bargaining. The bargaining is the conversation that happens. Sometimes it happens in the daytime and the nighttime and even overnight between the 2 sides, the district and the union. So right now, if I can manage and if I have enough fingers to do this right, I think so. The district and the union are bargaining to come to an agreement. Next word. Agreement. Whoops. Ignore that middle one. Agreement. That means, and you know what agree means, when you think the same. They're trying to come to an agreement about the contract, which outlines working conditions in the schools. Now, because they are not yet in full agreement, they're in agreement on some things and disagreeing about others. The teachers and the teaching staffs have said, we're not going to open the schools by showing up to teach until it's clear that the negotiations are leading to a place of agreement, of the same thinking. So instead of being in schools, teachers are at the schools outside. We're not allowed to go into the building, and doing something called picketing. Picketing. 3 syllables. Picketing. And picketing, which means we walk around holding signs, we walk in front of the school, we walk back and forth in front of the school, we walk around the building. I'm the route manager, so I'm the person who decides where we go. We've been in front of the school, we've been around the school, we've gone to 35th Street, 55th Street, 65th Street, 70th Street, walking lots and lots. Thousands of steps, say my new step counter on my phone, which I did not have until Thursday. 32,000 steps. That's a lot, I hear. Yes. And so the teachers have agreed to picket each day until there is agreement in the contract and the working conditions. Most of the issues have been about student services, what teachers believe students need and deserve to succeed in schools. So that situation and circumstance is why school is not open, and the countdown didn't really lead up to the opening of school tomorrow. Of course, I wish I was in school with you. I, like other teaching staff, and like the district, believe in what each side is saying and are hoping for an agreement soon, because that would mean I'll be back in the building and you'll be joining me in the building. So I'm hoping that gives you information, and I'm hoping you had a chance to see this. So when we do return to school, we can talk about this some, or we can all know that we have the same information and are glad to be back at school. If you're thinking about things to do, some ideas I suggest are: read as much as you can, which means looking at books even if you're not reading the words. Doing some math things. That doesn't just mean addition work. It can mean finding patterns and shapes, counting things in your house, measuring things in your house, helping at home, super important, always, but this is a good time because since you're not in school, you're home more, perhaps, and helping at home is a value and adds to your family. I will be sending to your families a lunch number, which you should learn and practice. I've explained a little bit to your families, and that's a good before school opens practice for you. I'll tell you something else. Remember I said I was the route manager? Some things have been said about me that I learned. The route manager walks at the front of the line of picketing teachers. So I hold my sign up in the front, and then I lead the staff on where to go when. I don't take many breaks. People have to remind me to eat and have fluids. I just keep walking because I think that's an opportunity to demonstrate leadership. And although I'm the oldest person in the picket line and am walking the most of everyone, some people have given me a nickname. They call me, and that's the part I'm leaving with you. If you think you have an idea, it's a kind and I think it's a funny and entertaining nickname. No one's being mean to me. It's not a teasing name. If you think you have a guess on what my nickname might be, you're welcome to let your parents know, and they can let me know. And we'll check when we see each other about the suggestions you have and the name I was given. Just as a little bit of extra fun. So there are no more countdown videos. This is the last video until school starts. I have a YouTube channel, 327 Teach, that I believe your parents know about. That if you're looking for some Mr. Gallagher time, there are lots of playlists on there, including stories, science, math work, reading. It was created a few years ago when public schools and almost all schools shut down in the United States and around the world when COVID first hit the globe as a serious illness. And I went online and began to teach online. So there are hundreds and hundreds of videos. If you'd like to feel part of me and my teaching in the days ahead, as well as even when school starts. And if you haven't gotten enough of me during the day, I can be in your home by switching on the YouTube channel 327 Teach. I'm really thinking about you every day. The work I do on the picket line is about creating best schools. And while these two organizations continue to negotiate, I'm remembering why I teach. Because teaching brings education to people, and everyone is elevated. And as a wise teacher named Krista McAuliffe once said, I touch the future, I teach. And I greatly respect her and the meaning behind that message. I'm wearing my Brian shirt, and my heart is here with you. I look forward to seeing you soon. Please say hi to everybody at your house from me, and I look forward to seeing everyone at arrival and dismissal, before school and after school, and then you in the middle at school. Bye, everybody.